In 1936, a group of Soviet naval engineers visited Italy. In the 1930s, cooperation between the USSR and Italy in the area of naval shipbuilding was very productive. That visit was no exception, and the delegation brought back a range of outline designs developed by Italian shipbuilders for the Soviet Union. Among them were the blueprints of a battlecruiser that served as the basis for a special Italian Tier 10 ship, Napoli. The Soviet Union wasn't going to actually build the cruiser developed by the Ansaldo Company. The Soviet Navy intended to use the design as the basis of a heavy cruiser of their own design, a ship armed with 254mm artillery designated Project 22. However, as early as June 1936, she was removed from the shipbuilding program, and the Italian outline designs were also sent to the archives. Nevertheless, our developers found those blueprints rather interesting. The World of Warships designers cast the what-if magic spell and created a ship that might have actually existed if the Italians had used this project to reinforce their own navy. This is the result of their efforts. Napoli is a heavy cruiser armed with 9 254mm guns. Unlike most Italian cruisers, her main battery uses high explosive and armor-piercing shells. The ship is distinguished by her decent armor, good concealment, accurate secondary battery that fires semi-armor-piercing shells, and the exhaust smoke generator consumable. The cruiser also carries torpedo armament. Napoli can launch 4 torpedoes from each side over a range of 13.5 kilometers, while the reload time of her torpedo launchers is quite good, 95 seconds. The cruiser's firing range is quite modest, and this defines the ship's gameplay. Napoli thrives in medium and close-range engagements. Thanks to her good armor and concealment, the ship can confidently approach the enemy to a range at which her secondary battery will be the main trump card. Exhaust smoke generator will both help you stealthily approach an opponent and retreat if the enemy outnumbers you or has the firepower advantage. However, you need to carefully plan the usage of this consumable. It only has 2 charges. Aside from the smoke generator, Napoli also has fighter and repair party in separate slots. We recommend installing upgrades that emphasize the strong sides of this ship, her survivability and secondary battery. Auxiliary Armaments Modification 1, Damage Control System Modification 1, Secondary Battery Modification 1, Damage Control System Modification 2, Concealment System Modification 1, Auxiliary Armaments Modification 2. Now, it's time for our traditional raffle. Cruiser Napoli will go to one of those who, first, subscribes to our channel, second, likes this video, and third, gives the correct answer to the following question. How many ships did Cruiser Napoli destroy in this video? Don't forget to specify your nickname and game server in your comment with the answer. Then, wait for the next Armada episode, where we'll announce the name of the lucky winner of an Admiral pack with Cruiser Napoli, a 10 skill point commander, permanent camouflage, and other useful items. Participate in the draw, and good luck, Captains!